this door of this nondescript warehouse in northern Illinois are the lithographs that a gentleman named Theodore Ohman made in 1942 and 1953. 42, he made the exact replica of the Declaration of Independence. 1953, he worked on the matching sized lithograph of the U.S. Constitution. And in here are not only the actual original lithographs, but all the printing plates that he used to print them. So this is one of the very, very few remaining lithographs, original lithographs of the 1942 Declaration of Independence. Just you can see down here, copyright the Ohman Company. That was Theodore Ohman in 1942. There's about 10 of these left. They were actually sold years ago by a conservative publication in D.C. And here is the lithograph of the United States Constitution that he did in 1953. Beautiful piece, actually to match the Declaration in size.
And the Bill of Rights. He had
Oh yeah, and the Bill of Rights.
Bill of Rights.
Bill of Rights
no one else
on
has
the
done
bottom
that
there.
on this version.
So they're two beautiful, beautiful pieces. And we also own all of the plates. They were purchased by actually the gentleman who purchased everything from Ohman's estate back in the 80s. Mr. Ohman died in the early 80s. There was a gentleman that purchased them from his estate, and then I purchased them from him in the late 80s, early 2000s. I forget the exact date, but I have to go look at the paperwork. Here are some of the plates. That would be Theodore Ohman's own handwriting. That's one of the parts for the Constitution. This is just really neat. I mean, these are the original boxes that he used to store everything. Just really, really neat stuff. These were actually all in large crates. Several large crates housed everything. This is just a portion of actually what was in the crates. Ohman also did some other work, but these obviously are his masterpieces. Just great stuff. There's actually one of the plates used to get the background right. There's so much work that went into this. What else do we have here, Jay? Oh, this is the back side of the Declaration. Jay, you might have to actually pick that up to show them the front side.
Well, this is how the front looks. That's
okay, all right. This is the back, same plate.
The front, yeah.
This is a negative, right?
Yep.
This is a negative
of the Declaration, and then here's
the Declaration
for the same. The Declaration for the
oh, this is
with the paper. There was a black negative.
So this is the negative of the two parts put together. Yeah, again, the way Ohman did this to make it look so beautiful is he actually found and purchased a stone print, and there were only 200 stone prints made.
This is the script of the stone print.
In 1823, and so there are very few even known still in existence today. He found one, purchased it, and then he also got his hands on the negatives.
That's a stone print on just plain backing. It does not show any of the paper and the texture of the paper, and that's what Ohman. He used this 1903 negative to create the look of the paper.
So this is when it was photographed outside its case, and you'll see the date there, 1903, and he used that he used those negatives, and I don't know how he got a hold of those negatives, but he
look at
did.
This. This is how the original looks in the National Archives.
Yeah, look how
Look at that.
horribly faded that is. That's is about how it looks.
Mark, get a view from back here. This is really neat to see through that.
Oh, the light.
Yeah.
So what Theodore Ohman did was he used this to get the background to look right.
Yep. And if you go to the archives, this is what our declaration looks like, just like that. In the
Yeah, you were there not long ago,
yeah,
right?
That's what it looks like, exactly.
Just a
like
faded
this.
mess. And the damage actually started when William I. Stone made the 200 facsimiles for John Quincy Adams. That's the backside.
What he used to clean up the script. They would etch and scratch away to make perfect script, restoration of the script.
Just the amount of time that he spent.
Mark, get a view of this from this side. Pretty cool.
Yeah, just beautiful stuff. Here's a couple other plates. Obviously a positive.
This was a smaller, I think his 3/4.
Oh, this was, he did make in 1955, he did make some 3/4 size
Yeah, I think this says.
declarations. Was it 55?
I can't read it. Oh, maybe over here. Yeah.
Yeah, 1955.
He did it.
And there's actually none of those left.
None.
Not a one.
This is a proof where they destroy it and show that they destroyed the original positive script so that it can't be used again, so that the printing run back then, this ended that run of prints.
Yep. So he did it the right way. And then over here, we actually have, these are the actual press plates, right, Jay?
Yep, the metal press run plates with the tags still on them. Ohman, Declaration of Independence. The job number. Yeah.
Looks like you did 29,600.
Yep.
And of those
There's
29,600,
none. They're gone.
There's
one in here.
yeah, one in here, and
One in here of the original.
there's about 10 under lock and key that are still, I mean, they're under lock and key for a reason. And then here's the press plate of the Constitution, that he ran in 1953.
This is the last. These are uncirculated 1953 constitutions.
Yeah.
There's about probably 5,000 or 6,000 on this pallet here of uncirculated from when these came off the press. They've been on this skid here. Here's boxes.
That's I believe, Jay, this particular skid, not that one, but this one, I think may be the original skid that was used.
Yeah, Mark, it's been around. There,
Mine.
look, that's still his script. Look at that. See, the Constitution of the United States of America. So this is unopened of the original from when they came off the press.
I did some research on this paper one time and sent it into a paper manufacturer. Somehow I found out who the manufacturer was of the paper. Don't even know, can't remember how I did it. And said that paper hasn't been available. Don't even make that. There's a special paper he used.
Here's boxes of 100, and these are the remaining originals.
So altogether, there's probably about 9,500 original 1953s left. That's it. Oh, I want to see. You'll see. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but you see all these wood carvings in the background. Jeff Johnson, who was my partner, but what was the gentleman's name?
George Capotis, a sculptor, woodcarver. He created the Life of Christ museum about 13 miles west of here, and he created a beautiful outdoor garden exhibit. And he had a stroke. His wife, they sold the property, and I was in charge of moving all the statues off of the property, and they all ended up here. And we're hoping to put them in a museum out here.
Yeah, he just done a great job of keeping them all together.
Yeah, he was quite a
Really
guy.
neat stuff.
and he did bears and animals and stone. So.
And yeah, so it's I know we just wanted to throw this video together to document.
Here's a flyer from
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
1996. Human Events. A guy, Thomas Winter, did just a beautiful story on Ohman's Declaration of Independence, and they actually bought the last of the original declarations back in '96, and they're all gone.
Yeah.
And they were selling them framed, and just did a great story. Thomas Winter did a beautiful story, and those are sold and gone. So all we have left are the constitutions.
Yeah, I remember we had him appraised by Charles Hamilton a long time ago. He was, boy, he was old. He was an old man then, and he actually appraised them for about $300 $200 to $300 unframed and $600 framed. I still have that, but I think let me see what they were selling them for. Framed, oh, $5.99, $5.95 framed. Yeah, that's a black and white. That's not a, kind of a thin frame actually. I would put it on a thicker frame, but
These are some of the original Mylar, the actual, I guess you'd call them a Mylar photo negative that they used. We have, that's a positive of the script of the declaration. Here's a negative. Original script, Mylar photo, Kodak, I guess that's a Kodak film that was used as part of this collection.
yeah, the actual original creation that all came in is not actually on this location. Then, like I said, there's several other places and whatnot.
Here's a box that was the Constitution negatives. This had all the plates, which
These are
were
the
sets.
4 complete sets
Of the Constitution negatives. And this is what is, each one is in there, each page of the Constitution.
Each panel, so there's 4 panels.
Each panel, and there's the color separations of the different colors.
Yeah, let me see what the box says.
Yeah.
So here's set number 1 negatives, colors 1, 2, 3, 4, January 12th, 1954. So that box, he must have boxed them up after his run.
Yep.
Because his run was in 1953.
So there's
Yeah,
the 4 sets, and these are just beautiful when they're laid out on a display. But these things need to be on display somewhere in the story. We need to tell our story of this amazing patriot that created these.
Yeah, he was. So, he was in love with America.
Yep.
No doubt about that. So that's it. That's a little longer than I wanted to spend on it. It was 13 minutes. And we'll get this put up on YouTube so we can send it to a few people that Jay met out at CPAC. It was a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And Jay's been trying to get some interest in these for what, Jay? 3 years?
A couple years, yeah.
2 to 3 years. Driving to all over the country and talking to all kinds of people. And I think we finally have some real interest. I wanted to show you one last thing because this is really, really, really amazing. Jay, this is just a testament of all the places he's been. He has 60 signatures so far. We took 1 of each. And this is the Constitution. There's the Declaration.
They're the identical, the same people that signed, this is an original 1953, the same folks who autographed this are on this Declaration, which this is an actual reprint of the Declaration, and it's the same identical, just a great group of people that have autographed these. And I have the list chronologically that I kept track of. And it looks like I'm going to need to add another sheet of paper. But that's the chronological, just a great group of people.
Roll down.
And I'm sure you've heard of some of these. So we need a few more on there. We need to get
we do.
We need to get a few more.
I mean, there's some conservative captains who still need to be on here. So I'm sure. Oh, there's the very, very last name.
60,
We're living in northern Illinois right now, and the significance of that name,
Yeah.
you might not know, but that family, the Ricketts family, are the people that brought us or the Cubs a World Series. So, yeah, Pete was there at CPAC, and Jay was kind enough to get his autograph. I don't know where it's at. Where do you think it's at? It's hard to say.
Man, I gotta look for it.
There's so many.
Right there, Pete Ricketts.
Right there.
Right there.
There's the man. So if you're a
Pete
Chicagoan,
Ricketts.
you love that guy.
Carly Fiorina. Just a little bit of everybody on here.
Sean Hannity is the only guy that.
There's Sean Hannity. We had a blue pen at the time. Judge
Lara
Janine
Trump.
Pirro, yeah. Lara Trump. Dave Rubin, and there's Mr. Levin.
Oh, you met them at CPAC, correct?
Yep,
You
yep.
talked to them?
Mr.
and
Levin.
Mr. and Mrs. Levin.
Yep.
They both liked it.
Yep.
So
So
that's it. That's
we
now
need to
it's.
tell our story. We
Yep.
need to tell our story to the nation and offer these, the last remaining ones, for sale. And
Yeah, Jay put a little label down
I did
there.
a 2016 version of this one here, and
Yeah. Great stuff. But this actually is an original. So that's that. That's a little over 16 minutes. It's a lot longer I wanted to go on it, but that is it. Great stuff. Theodore Ohman.
American
Really
Scriptures.
Yeah, AmericanScriptures.com, but that website still needs some work.
Some of the information is on there.
But he was a great American, immigrant, but he was a great patriot. That's that.